box from Oracle. All right, first you're gonna go ahead and make the virtual box, and we're gonna go ahead and type in FreeBSD. This is gonna go ahead and set our requirements up. We'll take all the defaults. Okay, 128 megabytes, very low RAM usage, and secondary memory, the same thing, 2 gigs. All right, so we created. All right, the ISO for FreeBSD should be in your week 3. So that's where I'm gonna go. Okay, FreeBSD should be in your week 3 folder. You go ahead and look inside your week 3 folder. I already have it on here, so I'm just going to continue. And these are the screens that you should see. Okay. This is very common for any Unix or Linux box to go ahead and start this way, just in a list and be going through memory. And I'll show you what it's doing. So you seeing this? Normal. I'm going to hit enter. And inside of here, what we're going to do is this is loading into RAM, just RAM by itself. So what this is going to do is going to go ahead and give us our setup. This is going to allow us to go ahead and install. Okay. Here you only can use tab and arrow keys, so don't use your mouse. Don't use your mouse. Just arrow keys and tabs. Okay. So I go ahead, United States, enter. Standard installation recommended, and that's what we're going to do. Okay. Now, you guys remember the installations that we did in Office? Not Office. I mean the first MS-DOS 3.11.95. We need to do FDisk. This is very similar to it. What we're going to do is going to go ahead and let the computer know how much of the physical memory we're going to allow it to use. And this is what we're going to do is going to use the entire disk. So we just press the letter A. Press the letter A, it'll go ahead and allot the entire physical disk. To get out of there, letter Q to finish. Okay. Now here, this right here, this is going to go ahead and allow it. This is going to go straight to Unix. But in some installations of Unix and Linux, it'll go ahead and install itself right beside Windows, and it'll give you an option every time you boot up. It'll say, okay, do you want to go to Linux or do you want to go to Windows in there? Okay, this is the boot manager right there. We're not going to use that. We don't have Windows here. We're just going to go straight through it. That's what the MBR manager is, boot manager. Okay. Okay. Now after we've set the physical portion, now we're going to have to make it 2 partitions. The 2 partitions that we're going to need is a swap file and the file system. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to hit the C key, press the C key. I'm going to delete this right here because it's a very little box. I'm going to go ahead and put 50 MB, 50 megabytes. Hit OK, and I'm going to select swap. This is a partition unique to Unix and Linux that it needs to go ahead and run the OS. Hit OK, and that comes up here. Usually you can make it up to 500 megabytes, a gig if you're really overdoing it. But for this box, a very small amount. I'm going to make another one, C. Okay, the remainder is right here. Enter. I'm going to use it for my file system. Okay, and I'm going to name it /, which is the root. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and hit Q to quit. Exit out of there. And I'm going to install from CD. Remember your virtual. So this guy right here is your CD. So it's installed. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go on. Last chance, just letting you know, it's going to delete everything. Okay, here we go. This is the latest version. So
the latest version.
Yeah, FreeBSD. So it's 4.5 BSD. So it's one of the latest versions. So it's very straightforward. Hit OK. Now we're only going to use this for learning purposes. A lot of these things you'll hear in other classes, but if you look at this, we're not going to set up networking devices quite yet. Network gateway, no. Okay, do you want no SSH? This is a type of login for telnet login for Unix. No. FTP? No. 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 Time zone? We're just gonna go ahead. No. PS2 connection? Those don't exist. Those are legacy now. Okay, and then we go into here. This is the first thing. This is the library. Remember we talked about library for Unix applications? We're going to select no because we don't want to download or install anything right now. Okay, go ahead and go. Now we're going to go ahead and your first initial user account. You're going to make yes. You're going to select yes and go to users. In there, I recommend that you type in your first name. Your name is not Jean-Pierre, so you're not going to type in Jean-Pierre. Just to let you know. Okay, so type in your first name. Type in password. Simple password. PASSWORD. Okay. And just tab down and notice where the directory is /home/Jean-Pierre. That's going to be created. I'm going to have. Okay, that's. Moving on. Exit out of here. Now you need to make a root. Root is the most important. The user. This is godlike privileges. I hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and type in a password. Password is just going to be the word password lowercase. But this a lot of people screw up on because this is a security feature. This doesn't move. The reason is it doesn't want to give away how many letters there is. The more information you give somebody else, the less secure it is. That's why it gives away nothing. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and type password. Nothing moved, but I did type it in. It's going to ask it for one more time, password. Okay. Visit the, hit no. Now it's starting all over again. What I want to do is exit. Exit the install. Okay, are you sure you want to exit? This will reboot your system. Remember, you have your CD. You don't want to go in this endless cycle over and over and over again. You want to boot up on the system you just installed. Hit no. Or wait. Exit. Yes. Okay, be sure to remove media from the drive. And it just did it for me. On yours, it might not. You might have to do it. Hit OK. And this should reboot.
By itself,
No. It'll do it by itself. So I booted up to here. I don't have a CD to boot up to. Hit enter. And this is me booting off the OS that I just installed right now. Okay. I want to log in with both users I just made so you guys can see a little bit and then see if you guys can walk into this. Okay, my user, the one I just made, with the password, very simple, not to confuse myself, and I'm in. This is very Unix-like. The $ means you're a user. You're not super user. You're a user. You could be an admin, you could be a power user. You're just a user. Okay, there's a couple commands you want to know right away. You want to know your location, PWD, present working directory, LS. I can see what's available to me. There's nothing in there. So I exit, and now I'm going to log in as root. Root, password. Notice that the icon is very distinct from what we had previously. It's not a $ anymore, it's a pound. Okay, I can PWD, I'm in a root directory. I can LS, and I see things now. Okay, that I didn't before. These are all hidden files. I'm going to exit, and now let you have your turn at this. See if you can do it.